All right, so Ilia Topuria, the pound-for-pound #1 fighter on the planet. That is according to the latest rankings. Ilia Topuria, the lightweight champion of the world, the former featherweight champion of the world, still has no opponent. To be fair, he only just knocked out Charles Oliveira in absolutely devastating fashion. And of course, Paddy Pimblett, the baddie, got into the octagon and they squared up, and there's talk of them two fighting. However, Arman Tsarukyan is out there. He is ranked #1. We know that he pulled out because of hurting his back. Maybe it was a weight issue. A lot of hate to say that he shit his pants. I don't think that was the case at all. He's fought Islam Makhachev before on very short notice, pushed him and went to a decision in a relatively close fight. So I don't think he was scared one little bit. However, he wasn't reliable. The question is, who is Ilia going to fight next? Because a lot of his possible opponents, they are all talking. First of all, Islam Makhachev has said, look, listen, this is marketing. This is #1 bullshit.
This is #1 bullshit.
Why is this guy, Ilia Topuria, ranked #1? They've only done that because of marketing. They've done it because they want to try and make us fight one another. And you know what? Screw it. I'll fight the guy. Okay, so now Islam wants to fight Ilia after he's done with Jack Della Maddalena. But if he loses against Jack, we know that Ilia isn't going to give him a title fight. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because the question I'm going to ask is Ilia Topuria pulling a Jon Jones? Because Arman Tsarukyan is a real threat to anybody, okay? He is a tremendous fighter. I know a lot of people discredit him for pulling out at the last minute, and rightly so, okay? That's not a good look. However, he's a really, really good fighter. Simple as that. He can do it all. He's got the striking, the wrestling, the cardio, the strength. He's very young. He's in his prime, and the man's an absolute monster. Simple as that. Ilia Topuria said if the UFC made him fight Arman Tsarukyan, he would vacate the belt, okay?
And you have a guy in front who you don't know that maybe he could pull out from the fight. That's not something good for us. I'm the world champion. I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt.
He doesn't want to fight him. He wants nothing to do with Arman Tsarukyan. So now Arman Tsarukyan's out there. He's making videos of little ducks.
Ilia, stop running, Ilia. Stop running, Ilia. Good boy. I'll make it quick, no worries.
He's doing a Tom Aspinall, taking a duck wherever he went with him. Remember that whole saga with Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall, which thankfully now is all over. Tom is fighting Cyril Gane, as we know, in October in Abu Dhabi. But now we've got a new version, okay? Now it's Ilia Topuria and Arman Tsarukyan. Arman Tsarukyan's even making a bet, offering him $500,000, $500,000 if he beats him, okay? Doing whatever he can to get the fight.
No, I can put the bets. I can put like a $500,000 if he beat me. If I beat him, he's gonna give me $500,000. So
now you could say that Ilia's only doing this to get under the skin of Arman Tsarukyan. But it's not a good look. If you're the champion, just like when Jon Jones was the champion, if you're the champion, you got to fight the interim champ, if there is one. If you're the champion, you're supposed to fight the #1 guy. Simple as that. Now, yes, the UFC had their reservations. And yes, there's Paddy Pimblett that got in the cage. And yes, there is Justin Gaethje. Now, Justin Gaethje isn't even happy that there's talk of Paddy Pimblett fighting Ilia Topuria. This is what Justin had to say. He said, absolutely not fighting Paddy Pimblett, talking about Justin fighting him. If that's the route that they want me to take, I don't believe that the UFC need me anymore. I know that sounds pretty petty or whatever. I'm #3. I'm 3-1 in my last 4. The champion, Islam Makhachev, was calling to fight me, and he vacated. They bring in a new guy, and they give a guy that's 2-2 the fight, talking about Charles Oliveira. If their algorithm and their match tells me to just use me until I get beat, then I'm going to have to reevaluate what I'm doing here. I've signed up for a merit-based system. I have lived by that. If they want to give me Arman, which Arman had the fight, then I had the fight, and then I took someone else. He had the fight and then pulled out. Those are two different scenarios. For me to get put in the same position and fight for my spot, then I'm going to be upset about that. Well, I understand what he's saying there, okay? Justin Gaethje's been around for a long time, Okay, simple as that. There is a certain element of time served there. Justin Gaethje has been a fan favourite. He's 36 years old. Of course, he wants to retire and say that he was a champion once upon a time, okay? But he's been given that opportunity twice before. We've got to remember, he fought Khabib Nurmagomedov and he fought Charles Oliveira, and he lost both of those times. Now, he's still one of the most exciting fighters in the sport. He doesn't seem to have slowed down or anything like that. But he might have to have one more fight. Simple as that. Because if we're doing it on a merit-based system that Justin Gaethje wants, then the merit-based system is Arman Tsarukyan. And Paddy Pimblett is actually saying, Justin Gaethje is a legend. I want to fight Justin Gaethje.
I mean, everyone knows that if you're fighting Justin Gaethje, you're going to have a fight. So, and he's a legend. You know what I mean? Arman isn't. So I'd love to fight another legend than Justin Gaethje.
So whether he likes it or not, the fight that they probably should make is Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett, which will annoy Justin. I get that. I understand that. But if I'm Justin Gaethje, I take that fight. I go out there, I beat Paddy Pimblett, I show the world what I'm made of, I get on the microphone and say, listen, Ilia, there's no more running from me. Like you're doing against Arman Tsarukyan, I don't want to talk shit about Ilia Topuria because the man is awesome, okay? Every time I've met him, he's an absolute class act. He's humble, he's down to earth, he's great to talk to, he's very intelligent, he's good for the sport, he's a great ambassador, he represents 2 countries, fights his goddamn ass off, he's got excellent skills all over the place. So I ain't criticizing the guy, apart from the fact that for whatever reason, he doesn't want to fight Arman Tsarukyan. So Justin Gaethje can go out there, he can beat Paddy Pimblett, maybe, because remember, Paddy Pimblett against Makhachev looked phenomenal. Okay, that was the best version of Paddy Pimblett. Sure, the worst version of Makhachev. But still, you can only beat the people put in front of you. And Paddy Pimblett beat the absolute brakes off him. Embarrassed him. Made him look terrible. Simple as that, okay? So Paddy Pimblett's stock went through the roof. So right now, he's got nothing but big options. Ilia Topuria needs to fight. He needs to accept the fight with Arman Tsarukyan. Because who's he going to fight? Is it going to be Paddy Pimblett? Arman's out there talking shit about Paddy Pimblett, saying that his last few opponents, if you combine their records, they've lost the last 13 in a row.
You gotta delete him from the rankings even. He's not even deserved to be in top 10. 3-0, 8-0, 2-0.
Oh, that's pretty bad when you put it that way.
That doesn't quite stack up, but I get the point that he's making. However, he's building his brand. Justin Gaethje has been around forever. However, he's ranked number 3 and he has fought for the belt twice. Arman Tsarukyan is ranked number 1. Okay, whether he likes it, Ilia likes it, anyone likes it. If you want to do it on a merit-based system, Arman Tsarukyan is the guy. Simple as that. Now, if you want to ask me how this all plays out, I would like to say that Ilia Topuria fights Arman Tsarukyan, but I've got a feeling it won't be that. I think Justin Gaethje might just be the guy. I think he's the guy that gets to go up against Ilia Topuria. The UFC respect Justin Gaethje. He's been around for a very long time. He puts on nothing but exciting fights. Yes, he's coming towards the end of his career and he's kind of digging his shoes in a little bit and then saying, hey, it's title fight or bust for me. And you know what? I think the UFC will give him what he wants. So then you've got to hope that Ilia Topuria takes it. He can't start talking about, oh, Justin Gaethje doesn't deserve it, because what's going on? When you become the champion, you have an obligation to take on all comers, to take on who is ranked number 1, to take on big fights, to just take on bloody someone. You can't become the champion and then sit around on the sidelines. I'm not saying that's what he's doing. He only just fought, okay? International Fight Week was only a few weeks ago, okay? And he knocked out Charles Oliveira in absolutely stunning fashion. I can't wait to see him back in there. Who do you think he gets to fight next, okay? Will it be Paddy, Arman, or Ilia? What's going on with Arman Tsarukyan? What is going on with Ilia? Islam Makhachev all of a sudden wants to fight Ilia Topuria. He could have fought Ilia Topuria, but he moved up to 170 and vacated the belt. I'm telling you, these fighters, they're a sensitive bunch. Anyway, that's all I've got time for. You guys take care. Let me know what you think of this entire situation in the comment section, please. See you soon. Subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. Ha! Bye-bye.